So I just want to make this video to just to show you this absurdity of free will. And these people, when they speak, they have no clue. They don't see. They cannot see. Jesus has blinded them. Now, I got a guy talking to a free will person. This happens all the time. They see stuff in the Bible that's not there, and you can just look at what they say, and then they quote all these Bible verses that supposedly prove what they say. So this guy is trying to tell me, don't I understand that the Bible clearly teaches and Jesus clearly taught that here's his quote: people can be willing or unwilling. Can be. That's the exact words he said. Can be. Can means ability. So Jesus supposedly, in these verses that I'm going to go over, says people can be. But when you look at them, and yes, I know the Greek word thelo. It's right here in Matthew 23:37, and it doesn't say can be. It says uk, and it's a form of the word thelo, which means willing. It says not willing, and this is a Greek indicative right here. It's a statement of fact, not a statement of what could or could be. It says they're not, and of course this is Jesus lambasting the Pharisees, saying they weren't willing or they're not willing. Not they could be willing or could not be willing. The word power or willing, the word power isn't even in the verse at all. So it's not Jesus teaching they could or could not. It's Jesus saying they were not. Ook. Thelensite. It's a form of the Greek word thelo. Not willing. Not could or couldn't be willing. So your own verse, Mr. Greg, is not teaching can be. It's saying they weren't. You understand? It's a statement of fact. And then you've got Matthew 16:24, which says, Jesus said to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny. This is what the Bible's about right here. This is my favorite verse. This is death to self. I mean, right there. And so again, the guy's trying to say this is proof that Jesus taught people can. When it says tis thelo, again, it's a present tense indicative, which is a statement of fact. The word can is not in the Greek anywhere. It's not there. It's a statement of fact. Those who do, those who will, not those who can. It's not Jesus teaching you can, like he said. He said Jesus teaches, quote, people can, end quote. It's not Jesus teaching you can't. See, he's reading it into the text. He sees the word thelo, will, and he thinks that means free will. That means ability, automatically. He reads it into the text. When it doesn't say that, Jesus is not teaching you can. He's teaching the ones that do. Indicative, statement of fact. Tis, telai. The ones who do. The ones who are willing. Not the ones who decide to be willing by their free will. Not the ones who can or can't. It's the ones that are. Again, the free will like warps your brain. It makes you see things that aren't there. So the question is, how do they? That's another question. But he's claiming the verses teach you can, and the verse is not teaching you can. It teaches the ones that do. Next verse of his so-called proof text that people can is John 7:17. And if you look in the Greek, where's 17? Again, is exact same words as the last verse. Tistele. Exactly the same. Exactly. The ones who are. The ones who are. There's no can. There's no word for can in the entire verse. None. Yet he says this is Jesus teaching people can. People have the ability. Free will warps your mind. It makes you see free will where there's none. Because you insert it into the text. And this is your proof text, Mr. Greg, of people teaching you can. When it's Jesus teaching The ones that do. Not, it doesn't say anything about can. Nothing. It's not teaching can. It says anyone that desires the will of God. Anyone that does, not anyone that can or cannot. It's not a statement of can or cannot. Not at all. And again in Matthew 22:17, this is one of their favorite verses that they somehow read free will into. And it says, let the bride say, akruo, say, this is an imperative. It's a command to come. But see, what they do is they say, well, since it says to come, that means you have the ability. It doesn't say that. It's a command to come. It's not teaching you have the ability. See, he says teaches. That's not teaching you have the ability. It's a command to his people to come. It says nothing about whether you have the ability. Nothing. It's not teaching ability. It's teaching what God says. And the hearing. And the hearing ones. The ones hearing. Not the ones who have the ability to hear or can hear. The ones who are hearing. Come. There's no can. The word ability does not exist in the sentence anywhere. Nowhere. Nada. Zippo. You're reading free will into it when it's not even talking about free will. You're reading it in there. And then the last one, and I mean, these guys probably getting this from Googling it or something. It's the common stuff. When they want free will, they'll Google it, and whatever Google says, that's what they'll use. Matthew 11:28, come, dute, come toward. It's a command. It's an imperative command. Not the word ability or can is not even in the sentence. It's not teaching about ability. Now I'll show you a verse that actually has the word for ability in it, and the word can, or it's the word can, and what it actually teaches about ability. I'll show you one that actually teaches about ability, right here. So here's a verse that is actually Jesus teaching specifically what people can and cannot do. Remember, Mr. Greg's coming at me trying to tell me what Jesus teaches that people can. And he listed a whole bunch of verses that didn't even have the word can in it. Or people. But here's one. Here's one. Dunatai, right there. That's the Greek word for can or ability. Oudeis, and that's the word for not. Not ability. Not ability. Ethelene, to come. Pros, towards. Not the ability to come. So you want a verse of Jesus teaching ability? Here's one right here. And it says not ability. Not the ability. Unless the Father who sent me drags him. Drags Altun. Elkuse. It's the same word they use to mean to drag you into court. Or to drag you out of a building by force. Or to drag fish in. So here's a verse where Jesus is teaching whether people have ability or not. And it says not the ability to come to him. Not. Unless the Father sent you, drags you. In Greek, drags you. So if you want a verse about ability, well, here's one. It's actually specifically has the word ability in it. Jesus teaching ability of what somebody has the ability to do or not. So Mr. Greg, you're just full of yourself, man. You're like every other free will person. I'm not trying to be mean, but you're full of yourself. You're full of yourself, and you think you have this ability. That's why I'm asking you how much you think you have. How much? Because Jesus is teaching here about not ability to come to him. Not. Now that's the truth, whether you like it or not.